What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. So I hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So I come at you today with some massive news. If you haven't seen it already, Newcastle United are on the verge of getting Adidas back as a kit maker. Now, this is something that we've definitely needed to do. I mean, since the owners came in on the 7th of October last year, they have been looking to move on Castor. Obviously, Castor was signed under the previous regime of Mike Ashley. Now, they're not paying a great deal, but it's not that. It's more along the lines of that the quality of the kits and, the service that Newcastle are getting as well and other people are getting from Castor a very good image for Newcastle United. We are the richest club in the world and we want to have, the best quality out there possible. We should have the best quality out there possible. And Castor, unfortunately, is just not providing that. When you look at some of the things that, has cropped up with Castor as Newcastle's kit makers, that only been the kit maker since last season. They did a fantastic kit and they've done a fantastic kit this season, but it's not the kit's design, it's more along the lines of the quality of the kits and also the other errors as well, like people not receiving their kits on time or people receiving the wrong kits. People, ordering a Newcastle United shirt on the Newcastle website and then receiving a Rangers shirt or a Wolves shirt. Similar on the Wolves and Rangers side as well, ordering their club shirts and then receiving a Newcastle shirt. It's just not on. When you order something, you should receive what you've ordered. You shouldn't get given a different shirt, and then some of them even turning up with stitching being wrong, badges being upside down, some of them not having badges at all, some of them having sponsors missing, some of them, the sponsors falling off after the first wash. It's just loads of little things like that, that are why Newcastle United are now trying to get rid of Castor, and we've been talking, with Castor about getting rid of them. And of course, we got a massive boost in the news department for that. When Newcastle took on Leicester in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, because there was Adidas representatives at St James's Park, and no doubt, Peter Silverstone probably was right at the centre of getting them Adidas representatives there, because he was the guy responsible, when he was at Arsenal, for getting Arsenal the £300 million deal to get Adidas to make their kits instead of Puma. And, we've seen other things as well, like Darren Eales at Atlanta United. He also, got Adidas to make the kits for Atlanta United. So, both guys are working their asses off in the back for Newcastle United. Newcastle United's working the butts off in the back as well. Everybody is working behind the scenes to make sure that Newcastle can get the best possible deal out there. And when you think of global brands in the world of sport, for kit makers, you think Nike, you think Adidas. They're two massive global brands. Everybody knows their names. And, it's just going to be fantastic to see, hopefully, Adidas be back as the kit maker for Newcastle United. And together, we're a massive power couple. We can do some great things together. I mean, when Adidas make the kits back in the 90s under, of course, the Entertainers period, they did some fantastic kits. Most notably, the best kits that were probably ever made, and still to this day are probably the best kits ever made, which were them, Entertainers kits, the home and away kit, just fantastic, iconic kits. And still to this day, everybody recognizes them kits, even just from a slight image of them. People can recognize them kits and can remember, the players that played in them kits as well. And that's what we want with, trying to get Adidas in. We want to have that ability again where people can just look at the kit and go, wow, I remember when that player played in it, and with the players we've got as well, the likes of Kieran Trippier, Bruno, they're all absolutely loving their football at Newcastle United. Joe Linton, Almiron, Nicky Pope, Sven Botman, who's an absolute beast in a Rolls Royce. of the Premier League. You know, so to see players playing in a remake maybe of, you know, the Entertainers kit, that would be absolutely fantastic. A big massive shout out to 1892 Culture, a fellow Newcastle United fan on Instagram, who has of course shown an example of what it could look like if Adidas was returned. Is the Newcastle United kit makers, of course, with Saudia on the front of the shirt as well. Of course, it is a remake of the 17-18 Juventus shirt, but it just shows you exactly what it would look like, you know, having Adidas make Newcastle United kits these days in the modern day period, as opposed to when they made them, you know, for, of course, before Ashley's Puma move. But go check 1892 Culture out. He is a fantastic content creator over on Instagram. He's got some brilliant stuff of Newcastle United over the years as well. Some fantastic photos, which you will see some of them in the video today's course. And of course, I will put the link to his Instagram down in the description below if you want to go check him out over on Instagram and give him a follow. But that's not only, you know, getting them for to make the main kits, but also things like this training kits as well. You know, would see fantastic training kits coming out, really good quality stuff. Would also see, you know, the inclusion of a brand new sponsor, which is going to be something along the lines of Fly Saudia or Saudia Air, or, you know, Saudi Aramco, something like that. It is going to be something PIF related as a sponsor on the front of the shirt, but you'll see some images up on screen of some of the stuff, you know, that Adidas created whilst being the kit makers for Newcastle United. And I've got to say, you know, I just can't wait to see Adidas sign on that dotted line as the kit makers for Newcastle United. But is it going to be this next season coming, or are we going to wait until the season after? Because when you look at it, you know, we are currently now in January. You know, there's more than likely a chance that Castor are already making the kits for next season. So, you know, if we do sign a deal with Adidas, would they have enough time to turn around and make the kits before that season kicks off for next season? Or, you know, would they just hold off, allow Castor to have one last season see out that one last season, and then Adidas coming in the next season? Let us know your thoughts about it down in the comments below. But the main focal point here is that the Adidas representatives have been to St James's Park. They witnessed an absolutely fantastic atmosphere as well. That League Cup quarter-final game against Leicester, where it's seen will go through into the semi-final games, which are coming up in the weeks ahead against Southampton at theirs and at ours. So there's absolutely massive amount of positive stuff going on for Newcastle at the minute since the takeover happened. You know, we've had fantastic signings like Trippier, Bruno, Bartman, Nicky Pope, you know, just to name a few. Then, of course, we've seen other great things happen as well, like the Sports Direct signs come down at St James's Park. We've seen St James's Park get brand new, you know, tributes put up to Newcastle United in the concourse area. There's even been the Alan Shearer statue put on club grounds. You know, there's just been some absolutely fantastic stuff. It's like literally being in a dream. You know, what is going on in Newcastle, performing at the highest level as well, right up at the top, in the top three, is just absolutely crazy as well. You know, fully deserved. We're fully deserved to be up there. And it's just an absolutely crazy time being a Newcastle United fan. And Adidas coming back as the kit makers would make it even better. That would make it even better. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember, like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags, and how are the lads?